what's going on, everybody? It is February the 2nd, and I decided I was going to just give my opinions about a lot about things about wrestling. First of all, I want to talk about AEW and what I think that really means, where we're at right now. I've said it earlier in the week. I think Kenny Omega is good as going to be announced at the Double or Nothing tickets go on sale rally. And I think also I want to touch on this. I think Impact Wrestling should really understand how AEW uses the press conference and how they make everything seem like a big deal. They signed Chris Jericho. It seemed like a really big deal. Obviously, that's how it's supposed to be, how press conferences are supposed to be used. I've always been a mark for the press conferences. I've always thought press conferences were an important part of wrestling. And when it was Hulk Hogan announcing his match with Ric Flair, or whether it was Hulk Hogan announcing he was with WCW, the importance of the press conference, or whether it was Chris Jericho announcing he had signed with AEW, and I think we're going to see a deal where Kenny Omega is at the next press conference announcing he's with AEW, making everything seem like a big deal, the way it should be. And also, I want to make a prediction. I don't know if it's going to come through, but I think that there's some indications that we're going to see All Elite Wrestling on the Paramount Network. And the reason I think this, I know Jack Swagger has a fight coming up with Bellator. I think it's this Saturday. So I'm going to go ahead and make that prediction and say, based on the pretenses that Jack Swagger wins his fight, I think for momentum reasons they might want to announce it if Jack Swagger wins his fight, then that Jack Swagger is part of AEW. I know he's not going to go by that name in AEW. He's going to go by the same name he's fighting with in Bellator. If he wins that fight, I think you're going to see a post-fight where he announces that he's part of All Elite Wrestling. Also, I think that would be a pretty cool way. It's also the way that Impact Wrestling announced that they were going to Monday nights. So, I remember Paramount Network wanted to buy TNA Impact Wrestling, and that didn't go through, and ultimately they said, basically, if you don't sell to us, we're going to cancel you. They didn't ever sell to Viacom. Now, I get the fact that Dixie ultimately had to sell the company anyways. It's kind of quite sad when you think about it, that she could have sold to Viacom, and I think we'd be in a different game right now if Impact Wrestling was on all the Viacom, MTV, the same thing that I think is where AEW is going to be. I think AEW and Viacom might have something big going on. I know a lot of people thought that it was going to be spread across the Turner networks, and I'm not ruling that out completely, but I will not be surprised to see them. God, my count is going up, isn't it? And I'm not going to edit this video. I'm just going to straight shoot it and put it up. So, whatever. Anyways, I do think you're going to see. I think you're going to see big announcement. Also, I won't be surprised if you get AJ Styles in AEW come April. And I think that there's a possibility that the product will be already on TV by then. So I think that you're going to see at least TV right before Double or Nothing, or maybe TV right after Double or Nothing. Hopefully they got TV going from Double or Nothing to the Jacksonville show. Anyways, I really think there's a lot of stuff going on. Let me switch over to Impact Wrestling. I really think that there's some hot stories going on in Impact Wrestling. And everything. I mean, Brian Cage should be the World Heavyweight Champion. There's no doubt that Brian Cage should definitely be the World Heavyweight Champion. And it's just unfortunate that that's not what we have going on. But hopefully, speaking of, there's a show coming on tomorrow night on Twitch, so I hope everybody checks that out. I might do some live reaction videos to that as well. But I just want people to be real cool and check that out, because I think that's real cool stuff. I love everything they do on Twitch, especially when Jeremy Borash and Don Callis and I keep saying Jeremy Borash when I'm talking about Josh Matthews. I mean, he just kind of fills the role, right? No disrespect to Josh Matthews or Jeremy Borash. I have high respect to both of those guys, but every time I think of tonight, I mean, it's not something I normally do, but tonight, every time I've been talking about Josh Matthews, I say Jeremy Borash. Anyways, I digress. Let me try to focus. Impact, man, I got to tell you, man, there's just so much going on good, and I really think that there's a lot going on as far as everything that AEW is doing. I really lost track right there. But wrestling is really, really, really on fire right now. I think that's my bold point, my big point, my bullet point. I think wrestling's really, really on top of the world right now. AEW is going to light it up. I expect that there could be a TV deal as soon as this weekend announced on for the Paramount Network. We'll see. Maybe Jack Swagger might be at a post-fight. But if he doesn't win his fight, I think that might put a kink in it, and they might just save it for the Double or Nothing rally. Or I might have this completely wrong, but I really expect that you're going to see a TV deal, and I think it's going to be on the Paramount Network, just because I think that there's Bellator has always wanted to do crossover since they got the old CEO of Pride Fight, and he liked to do the shoot fights with the work fights. For those that aren't wrestling diehards, that means the real fights from the scripted fights. But I know the Pride guy liked to mix the shows up like that, and he's now the president of Bellator. So I think that they always wanted to do that, and they intended to do it with Impact Wrestling when they were on Spike. But when Impact left Spike, that really didn't get to happen. So I think AEW definitely would be interested in doing some of that crossover, especially if somebody like Viacom was interested in putting money in it. And maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe they don't want to share their money. The Jaguar guy doesn't want to share shares of the company. I know that they wanted to be welcome to a little Camp Lejeune moment. That's called an Osprey for you non-military people. It's distracting me a little bit. But they fly over around here all the time. Anyways, I digress. Squirrel. Wrestling's really hot. There's a lot going on in professional wrestling. I just wanted to say I do think you're going to see an announcement about January. I do think you're going to see an announcement. Probably going to announce that they're going to have TV before or after Double or Nothing. I think it's going to be on the Paramount Network. If it's not Viacom, then I think it is Turner. I think you're going to see them across the Turner stations. I think a lot of people think it's going to be through Turner. Really, I don't think it matters anymore, because whether it's Turner or Viacom. I want to say I think that they're going to have an awesome TV deal. I think it's undoubtable. They wouldn't have trademarked Tuesday Night Dynamite if they didn't have a time slot on Tuesday night. So to me, I think it's in the bag that there is a Tuesday night time slot, but maybe there's not. God bless each and every one of you. Like this video, subscribe to the channel for more pro wrestling videos. If you like Cop Block videos, you know you can get those too. And obviously, it's fucking cold outside, especially considering I live in Eastern North Carolina. Love each and every one of you. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for notifications.